Well, hello everyone. We are back at it for Covenant 17. We just had a good string of luck getting our Umbra deck off and rolling with an Overgorger that got eaten, or that got Primordium fed into him a lot, and that felt nice. I've had a few wins like that before, but I don't think we've had one of those on this particular run streak, which we've been recording. I'm actually pushing all of the videos from this run, so you can see that so far we've only lost once, which means we're probably due for another one if we're being honest. So, um, not just because the game is unfair, but because it gets more and more progressively difficult, and eventually I make mistakes or just get bad draws. So it is possible to just lose for for no reason, but most of the time it's the player's fault. And as our win streak increases, so does our hubris, and eventually that kills us. So let's see if we can tone that down and survive. Okay, we got ourselves a awoken melting. Have we done that before? We have not. So Awoken Melting is a new thing for us in the combination. This is one of the weirder combinations, right? Because Awoken has a lot of regeneration and healing, and Melting Remnant has a lot of things that rely on things dying. So there's kind of some anti-synergy unless you play in very weird and considerable ways. So one of them is to do things like Hallowed Drippings, where you keep your burnout units alive and then heal them, which may be a thing that we look to do. And we have ways to make things stronger, and we have a bunch of units, right? So these burnout units exist instead of like torches or whatever, and these instead of healing, but we've got healing from two other sources. We've got two Wildwood Saps, which is just fantastic, and a Focused Growth. So starting off with two of my favorite cards, and then one of my sort of decently favored cards as well. I think this is a very strong effect, especially if you can make it cheaper. If you can get that 0 cost or 1 cost and a holdover, this becomes an incredibly strong engine for making sure you never have to like take the draw bonuses from bosses. Bosses are going to push. Bosses are going to give us Scourge, so we're going to need energy from Talos, so we have to take the red crystal here, especially in this kind of deck where we're not really given any other free energy. And then we've got the same one that we just dealt with last time with Sap. So we'll just have to make sure that one of the things on Sap that you have to pay attention to is making sure that you have multiple threat floors, because if you don't have multiple threat floors, you just keep sapping the same floor over and over and over. That sucks, because then you end up with like 46 sap and none of your units are doing any damage except for the only overpowered one, and it's only killing like one unit. So just gotta be careful. Things to note. It's good. All right, cool. I only talked for 3 minutes before we started. Let's get sweep. Sweep is good. Ooh, that or quick. Quick and enchant quick are really good. I want both. All right, what have we seen the last one of? So logbook, upgrades. We have seen neither because I always take just one or two of both. Ooh, okay. Let's assume I don't take sweep. What happens? I try to do quick things with frontline units that I have to buy. Or I make him a frontline. And if I do sweep, I get a little bit more option. I don't know, let's just go Predator. Whatever. Extinguish ability is triggered on additional time in the deck where we don't want things to die. Let's swap the front and back units. And then our quick sweep thing can pop up the backline guys first. That seems good. Enemy units attack for more. Sure. Okay, they're swapped. Look at that. Almost like I knew what was going to happen. Okay, we're going to put him in the back. We're going to put him in the front. We're going to give him some more damage so that he can do some things. And we're going to not use Wildwood Sap yet. Cool. Let's put a train steward here, and a train steward here, and a drag here, and a train steward here, and a hallowed drippings here. Cool. Gets a lot done, actually, surprisingly. So one of the main things that we're looking at here is the fact that we can do enough damage to where this floor kills, and we do that by restoring this so that only this guy dies. And get the dregs out. That's not a big deal. Okay, so we are problematic on this front, so we just need to make sure that well, I think we're just going to take the damage. Unfortunately, since nothing got swapped in front, that's just bad luck. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. So one drag can very easily go out here. That's fine. One drag can very easily go out here. That's fine. Then we just choose what we want to put our bonuses into, and I think that's probably pretty obvious. We just do here, here, and here. Okay. Alright, so we lost one unit. We took 9 damage. Not perfect. That being said, we can actually potentially win here just by doing Wildwood Sap here. But I think that's boring. And actually, no, wouldn't be enough. Wouldn't be enough. So instead, what we'll do is just Wildwood Sap twice up here just to make sure that he really for sure lives. And press end turn twice. Okay, cool. So I don't feel really too much of a need to explain the early battles. We've gone through enough of these. Kind of know what's going on. Restoration Detonation is fine. Vine Grasp is fine. Razor Sharp Edge is fine. Razor Sharp Edge doesn't do as much now that we've got these things. Vine Grasp is the only source of pokey damage, so we take that. And we got a draft, which seems a little rough. We've already got 2 of these. Drafts are hard only because we don't have a way to bring them back, and we don't really have a way to keep them around. Except for that, but we have to draw them at the same time. So I think Stealth 2 might be a better option, or Skip. Let's do that. Woken Hollow seems great. And more units, or Upgraded Magic. Upgraded Magic seems awesome. Upgraded Unit seems fine for this guy particularly, but otherwise is not overly exciting. Upgraded Magic seems extremely exciting. So I think actually we can do that. We need more units, but we have so many just crap units right now that we can kind of just afford to do whatever. Also, we got our regen engine up and rolling, and we got our damage engine started. We can also purge a card so we can get rid of one of our train stewards. Good floor. I think over time what we'll want to do is like thin out our dregs and train stewards and root seeds in roughly equal measure. I don't mind having 1 or 2 train stewards. I don't mind having a couple of root seeds, and I don't mind having a dreg or 2, but I don't want 5. They've got spikes. That's fine. So, to be noted, these guys can't go on the same floor right now. That's okay. We just have to note it. Quick is pretty cool. I think Awoken Hollow is actually our biggest unit later on. So we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and then we'll just upgrade him for now. Nothing to cast it on, no reason to waste it yet. That's an undead, that's great. He can go here, which then allows these guys to kill themselves to win. That guy is going to sacrifice himself into that, that's fine. We can't actually go ahead and do everything. It is fine. I probably should cover the other one too, but it's alright. Once we get our healing going, everything is fine. Our healing is now going. Everything is fine. That goes there, that goes there. This guy goes here, and all of a sudden that guy's dead, so then he'll get punched once soon. Maybe die? Maybe not. He's not dead. So we can make him dead. Let's see what happens. So if we put this guy here, he will hit and kill himself. If we put this guy here, he will hit and kill himself, and then we're already at 104 damage. So let's do that to make sure that we have a game to play. We'll get rid of that because we probably should have done that earlier. And then we'll just boost the attacks of this man and his friend. Get rid of a train sword so we don't have to worry about it. Uh-huh. 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 Good. Very small deck by the end, but it doesn't matter because we win very, very, very hard. 1, 2, 3 punch. Good stuff. And that's with him not being upgraded yet. Okay, Steel Enhancer's pretty good, actually, because we're looking to get rid of the other things, and this is free. Sharpen allows spikes. Spikes actually gives us a potential option for frontlining with non-frontlining units. So the Awoken Hollow could become a frontliner. It's also expensive, but we also are pushing towards getting more mana on the first time, so I'm not too sad about that. Okay, let's do it. Gives us a threat vector that we don't already have. Mortal Entrapment is really cool, but I don't think we have an engine for it. Dripfall might be nice just to make a party bus. Even though it dazes things for a turn, it's just almost never bad. Because you can move enemies with it, you can move friendlies unit. It's very versatile. Very, very versatile. So we have the ability to duplicate a Wildwood Sap. That's hilarious, but I don't know if that's necessary. We can continue to upgrade things and get a unit. I think we need units right now. A little short on those now. Legion of Wax is pretty cool. Getting money is cool. Let's do that. Okay, 10 magic power is fine for focused growth if we wanted it, but I don't think we need it, so maybe we just do it on Blind Grasp, making sure that it's actually a DPS option late game, and then we don't have to touch it again pretty much ever. Focused growth is a good thing to go ahead and get cheaper. Permafrost is not something we need. Removing consume and costing +1. Let's just do that here. And then when we get 5 more mana, we'll do that other thing. But for now, it costing 2 is still pretty nice. We might even get more money here. We do not. Okay, none of these things have been upgraded yet. Killing non-boss unit. These things, if we sit on them and don't do anything with them for a turn, they will turn into just consumes instead of purges. So that's damage. That is damage shield. And this is just a bonk for free. Let's take that. We have only other 1 bonk spell. This will give us 2, one of which consumes and gets out of the way, so that seems fine. That seems fine. We just have to not cast it in this fight or the next one. Okay. These things swipping means we can put Wildington here and him here. Or here? No, let's let Wildington take for him. That's fine. She attacks every turn and pushes. Does she get armor when she kills? No? Okay. Great. Okay, Awoken Hollow is here. He is going to cultivate somebody. Do I want him to cultivate himself, or do I want him to cultivate a dragon? That is surprisingly a difficult question. I think let's just do him up here. Draw some things. He gets himself going. And we can, honestly, we can probably just poke Forge Disciple down just to make sure that it dies next turn. That seems useful. Okay, so all these things being, don't cast that. All these things being where they are means we can apply some regen. I don't think we get a kill down here, which is unfortunate. I don't think there's a way for us to stop that. So I think we just... Does he get a bonus on Incant? Okay. So we can put him there to guard a little bit. We can put that there to do some DPS. This thing is killing, so let's root slash. We can do more. And good. Moving along pretty nicely. Okay, pushing things to the back means he actually gets another kill. We're making a lot of money, by the way. This is exactly what we want. Him dying is fine. Let's give these guys another turn to play. He's dead, so that's fine. And then let's just root this again, because that's really where we're going with all this. Not being dazed. Let's just provide that regen. Or we can actually save them all the health by doing this. Don't know that that's worth it. Let's just do it this way. Let's get him there. Cool. Oh, that's beautiful. He lasted so long. Okay, is there a way for me to kill this guy? Yes, so I can do that, and then I get 20 gold from him. So that's brilliant. And there's plenty of time for me to continue stacking damage. And these little drags lasted so long, so incredibly long. That's amazing. I mean, these guys are so dead, it doesn't matter, but whatever, we'll get 50 damage down. Oh my goodness, none of this matters even a little bit. Let's do 23 more damage to her. And let's do a hilarious amount of damage. Okay, cool. Yeah, this was very, very easy. We are actually going to gain health over the course of the battle. Yeah, that feels good. Okay, spreading spores is cool, but no longer necessary because we have not one, but two wildwood saps that do their thing, and a sharpen that we can make cheaper, so regen and spikes are things that we do. Endless seems pretty decent, but not necessary. Adaptive mutation seems interesting, but hard to use. I mean, adaptive mutation could be used very early to make an Awoken Hollow like swap and have a huge amount of damage, and I think that may be enough to make it an interesting option, if nothing else. Vine Mothers can give us a bunch of draw. That's about it. This can go along with our sweeper, though, so that seems good. Or not sweeper, Wilmington, yeah. Then we can actually give him just like multi-strike or whatever else. We gotta have energy because we already said we really need energy. And we are trucking. So this is a fine option. Merchant Steel gives us really good things to do with Awoken Hollow and the Sweeper guy and Paraffin Thug, so we got great options there. Our spells aren't hurting us too badly, so we don't have to get rid of things. We don't really get super excited about getting more units now. So I think this is actually, for the first time, like, just kind of wave goodbye, sadly, to the removal option, but I think we're looking to just super capitalize on the bonuses we have. That's going to be great. Endless is not really necessary. We could put it on Paraffin Thug. I don't know why we would. We could put it on a Woken Hollow. That seems harsh. I think maybe what we do is we skip this one and try again. Multi-strike. Okay, multi-strike is super interesting. Multi-strike can be used with a Woken Hollow to do some pretty hilarious amounts of damage later. Multi-strike is also really good with Husk Hermit. Multi-strike is good with Paraffin Thug. I mean, the options here are not shabby. This guy does scale the most with Cultivate. That's enough for me. He scales the most. This now becomes just an attractive option to simply have for striking through some sweep damage. He will only require about 5 more damage. So, I mean, if we could get him a plus 10, can we get him a plus 10? No. There's only a plus 25 option. I think we put the 25 option on Paraffin Thug, and I put the 5/10 on this guy, and then he only really requires like 2 root seeds, maybe 3, in order to be able to kill backline units, even if they have armor 20. So that seems kind of good. I could also wait and just do this here, make him a true sort of mid to front line, and then this has the option of just getting the 10 damage. I think we'll do that. Also, it leaves it open if we get another quick strike, then or a sweep, then no, not sweep, multi-strike. If we get another multi-strike, we can put it on him too. Ah, boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go Thornlord. I mean, Predator. And even if we don't get the sweep on him, 20 times 2 is pretty good. Non-boss enemies get multi-strike. If we can kill them before they do anything, then we kind of don't care. So 20 times 2 and 25. That's not going to be enough to kill this turn. So what we can do is we can set him up here, and we can let the Train Steward tank 2 of those hits. And then we will set up, so that's 45 damage. So we need a little bit more. Okay. We'll have to figure it out. We're going to have to be creative on this one. Ugh. Well, we didn't think that one through. That's okay. Alright, so he's going to go here, which is now going to turn this into just murder the backline all the time, every time. No way for me to kill this, because if I can't, it becomes things. Restore a friendly unit to full health. Well, I can do that here. So that's more damage there. It's not nothing. Alright, we are having some problems. Our draw order did not do us any favors here. Okay, well, we got this guy here. It's a little late. Those guys are going to go up and do a ton of damage to our core. We will survive, but it's not going to feel good. Okay. Let's see what we can do about losing too much health here. That does at least kill, so that's good. Let's relieve a little bit of pressure. Ow! Ouch, Charlie. That really hurt. So we can sacrifice a guy, we can do some other things. Let's make sure we have the energy to do what we want to do, though. That's obvious. We can put both of these two guys out and just take the damage. We won't kill with this guy. But then we can cast both Sharpened and Wildwood Sap. Probably worth it. Let's do that. We want to get as much going as possible here, since that is our kill floor. Good. Okay. That goes down. We're not going to do a whole lot of damage there, but it's okay. Let's make sure that he starts to do some things, which means also doing that, which means getting rid of this guy. Okay. Huh. I wonder if that's enough. Just being able to, I mean, get that out of there so we're not looking at it. I don't know if 4 damage and 5 regen is enough to accomplish 189 damage. So 5 regen does what? The first turn, that guy slaps the front guy, and I lose 5 regen. Then the second turn, he does 11 damage, and I regen for 4. So I go from 9 to 13 and survive, which gives us another 70. That's pretty close. That is pretty close to a kill. So if I do that, it's one thing, but really the bigger difference is that, yeah, it's so close. Like, it's not a kill. But that's worth it. Because I don't really get to do much this turn, and I don't really get to do much next turn. So being able to just get some damage in means that kind of keeps us rolling. Okay, so we got a dumb memorial fund. That's not going to do much for us. Applying spikes 4 is cool. Subsuming Blade is more damage. Targeted damage isn't really our problem. We don't really want to kill things, or don't care about killing backline units because we got Sweeper, so probably no. Okay, so all of our purge things will get consumed instead. It's fine. Let's upgrade units we desperately need to. Let's see what we get. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to make a couple of options very interesting for us now. Plus 10 in spikes 3 is the other option here for that guy. But multi-strike 1 is obviously like what we talked about, so we're just doing that. So one particular floor needs one other person, and honestly, we could just do that with this guy. How dumb does that feel? Not too dumb. Alternatively, we can just get rid of him. Meh. these don't feel incredibly impactful. I feel like getting rid of train stewards now is more of a just kind of like a thing we do. I would love to be able to put 10 and spikes 3 on this guy or this guy or this guy, but that's not necessary. It's not what we're doing. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's get one more floor's worth of thing. Well, before we do that, let's look to see if we're picking up more units. Probably not. Probably not anytime soon. That's fine. We'll just make one train steward like worth playing. He can be our other front line for Emblem. Emblem of the Exiles is really what we're looking at now, is just being able to have somebody up front to get those 5 health every turn, make it worth it. We're going to lose some health off of this, unless we happen to draw that particular guy up top. Yeah, that just happened. Okay. We're not going to talk about that. That is not supposed to happen. Awoken Hall is going to be here and kill everything, because we said so. I think if we kill one more guy here, we take less damage. Because then I will take... Right, if I kill these 2 guys, then I will get hit for 6 and 8. Yeah, so it would be less damage. Cool. Taking less damage is a great thing. Especially if I can actually survive on top. Yeah, okay. We lucked out there. We lucked out there pretty hard. So now we do the following. Paraffin now goes here. And gets spikes. This guy goes up here to kill anybody that we haven't already killed. Okay, cool. So, now we just start making sure this guy doesn't die. We cast this wherever because it doesn't matter. Yeah, this starts getting pretty silly pretty quickly. We're going to get a lot of money off of this guy because they're all committing suicide on him, which gives us the 20 gold for him killing. Right, because it's on Slay, and spikes count for that. So I didn't anticipate him being a tank, but he is now. Which means we don't even really need that bottom floor. Well, we do, but... could kill a specific non-boss unit. Cool. Alright, that was a ton of money. We don't need to do almost anything else. That was so good. I mean, he's gonna ruin everything for us, but whatever. Okay. So we can give him... I don't like using adaptive mutation on him, so we're going to do it here. And we're going to give him regen. And then we're going to... Put a guy up here to get rid of him. Do that to get rid of it. And actually, to be honest, put that here and here and get rid of them too. Right? No. Oh, why not? Oh, because they have too much health. It's okay. It's now a weird tank. Okay. Okay. You know what? I didn't really think this through, but that's okay. Um, how much extra damage does spikes do here? Not enough. So I think what we have to do is we have to drip fall this guy so that we don't take more core damage. And put another 2 damage into him. Yeah, okay. Well, that was a little unfortunate, but that's okay. That's okay. We're doing okay. Not great, but okay. So we're going to get some focus growth going here. That'll give us a little bit more time. We can get a 23 damage poke in here, which will instantly give us some more money. And then we can start buffing up this guy to do a little bit more damage to the back line. Okay. Okay, how dead are we? Kinda dead. Kinda dead, okay. He's going to do 35 damage a turn, which is a little rough. Okay. So we can give ourselves 1 extra turn by doing this. We can give ourselves another extra turn or 2 by doing this. We can also put a dreg here to tank 1 hit. Well, that didn't do anything. That's okay. We may have just lost. Oh, that feels real bad. Yeah, we just lost. Yeah. So we didn't pay attention. We tried to overdo some of that. We totally could have won that fight and probably been in decent shape for the run, but that was dumb. That's okay. We made a lot of money, and that became our focus instead of winning, and that was not. That's what happens. Okay, new run. We'll try again. Back to 0. Now we can start a new streak. Hopefully we learned something, and if not, at least we had fun, right? Till next time, guys.